would have been after it passed and when it was implemented. And so the New Jersey Restaurant Association is super spectacular, and I'm glad that we're all a part of it. Because, goddammit, the restaurant industry is the last bastion of small business in America and in New Jersey, and we need to stick together because there is strength in numbers, and we're going to stick together. But also, Mark and I always say we do a lot of restaurant consulting and now a lot of cocktail consulting, and we get people who are like, oh, I'd like to open a restaurant. I'm like, listen, if you can do anything else and be happy, please do it. Right? The only reason you should do this is if you share the mental illness that we all have in this room, that we must do this. Like Danny Meyer said, you have to make people happy. If you don't have a serious cocktail program and you are a liquor licensed establishment, the future is now. Get with it. Cocktails are made with the same... Cocktails are now where food was 15 years ago. Local, fresh, seasonal, historical, and informed. And I think it's great that the New Jersey Restaurant Association is helping to bring this to everyone and to celebrate the people that are already doing it. We were doing it 15 years ago, and it was like, what? You're gonna make? There's an egg in my drink, you know? And now, you know, we're a little behind New York, but that just provides us with opportunities. We have the ability to bring this to people. And for all of you who made really serious cocktails from scratch today, like in any city, in Chicago, in San Francisco, in New York, the people who made these cocktails today, they're serious and they're craftspeople, and barmen in many places are now beginning to become respected as chefs have been. And let's remember, 20 years ago, nobody respected the chef. It was like, oh, you couldn't go to college, so you're going to be a chef? Well, that's what you guys are. You guys are professionals, and what you served today was tremendous. So thank you.
I will tell you that Francis and I have judged competitions, you know, in different parts of the country, in Boston, in New York City, all over the place. I have not been at a competition where the drinks were as good as this one, period. End of story.
One of the things that we decided to do is, if you're an owner and you don't know about cocktails, learn. If you have someone in your staff who wants to learn, encourage them to learn. If you are one of the people who are doing this, kudos to you, and teach and be open about it. It's not about secret recipes. It's about sharing with each other and building this community in New Jersey. One of the reasons that Chicago and New York and San Francisco were first in the cocktail world is, well, there's a hell of a lot more money there. And people don't have to drink and drive there, so there's a hell of a lot more money spent on liquor there. And the other reason is because the bartenders in New York can walk or take a taxi to each other's bars. We, food and wine and cocktail people, we need to drive to each other's places, and we should say hello when we're in each other's restaurants. So Mark and I just want to, again, we were blown away. There's got to be a winner, and Mark's going to announce the winners in just a second. But we also decided that, you know, the cocktail bar at Lombardi is, you know, was one of the first real cocktail bars in Jersey. But there are many more, and I don't bemoan that. I celebrate that. And you guys are great. So everybody who participated in today's contest and actually arrived and showed up, the award for just showing up, we're going to give you dinner for two in Lombardi. And
that's not an award for just showing up. That's an award for
being great, right?
For being great today.
Oh, it was awesome.
Cocktails today were great.
And the other reason is we want to get to know you, and we want you to get to know each other. And so we're going to build the cocktail community as part of the restaurant community, like the wine community is part of the restaurant community in New Jersey. But so there had to be a winner. So Mark, who's the winner?
All right. Well, we have a second. We're going to start with the second runner-up. That was. I'm sorry.
Everybody does get a certificate.
Everybody gets a certificate because it's like soccer.
Yes.
But we actually pick winners too.
Okay.
Danny McGill is the second runner-up with his Indian King Punch. Great.
And by the way, what we said was we would go back to any, if we were at the bar and they served any of these drinks, we would have a second and a third, depending on what we're doing for the rest of
the first runner-up is Dana Russo with You Got a Problem with That
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
Garnish with a sandwich. Garnish with a sandwich.
And our winner today, with his Garden State of Mind, was Nicholas Davidson.
Everybody that participated today, Deborah's going to give us your email addresses, but if for some reason we don't get in touch with you, I'm Francis at stageleft.com. He's Mark at stageleft.com. I want to see you all for dinner.